This Eagle Scout Court of Honor is now called to order. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Turtle, Scoutmaster of Troop 146. It is my privilege to welcome you to this Court of Honor for Eagle Scout Matthew Philip Yankowski. At this time, I would like to ask Mr. Bob Hartman to come forward and lead us in the invocation.
Good afternoon. My name is Bob Hartman, and I'm a member of First Presbyterian Church and also the chartered organization representative between the church and the troop. On behalf of the church, I want to welcome you to our facility on this special day for Matthew. And I thank Matthew and his family for inviting me to be part of this special day. Just a couple of housekeeping things. When you go out, because afterwards things are downstairs, you can either go to the left and go down the stairs, or you go to the right and around the corner. In the other wing, there's an elevator if you need that. The bathrooms, we have 2 bathrooms in the hall right behind us, and there's also bathrooms downstairs. And then lastly, because something I sometimes forget, is if you have a cell phone, if you want to just silence that now. So thank you. Okay, please bow your head. Dear Father, thank you for this beautiful and wonderful day where all of Matthew's family and friends have come together to witness him becoming an Eagle Scout. Please watch over Matthew as he goes forward with this honor and the rest of us as we go out into the world. Amen.
Will the audience please stand for the presentation of the colors and the Eagle Escort?
Okay. Will all of those not in uniform please place your hand over your heart and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance? Scout salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 2. Color guard dismissed. Would everybody please be seated?
To earn the highest rank in scouting, a scout must spend a great deal of time and effort. Therefore, occasions that recognize their accomplishment should be memorable. Today, we shall light the Eagle Trail as we recognize the accomplishments of Matthew Philip Yankowski. When a youth becomes a scout, there is within the youth something that we call scout spirit. This single candle lit before you represents that spirit. Because scout spirit embodies the principles of the scout oath and scout law, it becomes a shining beacon of inspiration. Alone, this may seem feeble, but when multiplied by more than 500 million youth in scouting around the world, it is powerful indeed. As a youth enter scouting, the scout law that they promise to obey begins to guide to their life. One by one, using the flame of the scout spirit, we shall light the symbols for each of the scout law. There are 12 parts. Each is as important a foundation and building of strong character. A scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, obedient, kind, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. The Scout Oath, the young Scout promises upon their honor to do their best, to do their duty, first, to God and their country, second, to the people by helping them at all times, and third, to himself by keeping himself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. You see how the light from the Scout spirit is now beginning to grow and become brighter. Now I would like to introduce Ray Yankowski, Committee Chair for Troop 146.
Ceremony Scouts, please come forward. We remember when you took your first step upon the trail that leads upward. With that first step, you began to build yourself physically, mentally, and morally. You started living the Scout Oath and law. All the while you were on the trail, we watched you study and we saw you learn by doing. First, you were only a scout. The tenderfoot badge is the first rank a scout receives. It stands at the foot of the trail. Once inspired by scout spirit, a scout will not stay a tenderfoot long. Putting a few simple achievements behind them, they will shortly climb to the rank of second class. The requirements for second class become more difficult. A scout must learn to be self-sufficient in the outdoors and to continue to render service to others. The new scout is ready for the challenge to attain first class. Although the requirements become more difficult, they keep climbing until finally the day comes when the scout tops the first summit along the Eagle Trail. There, the youth receives the first class badge. A broad field of merit badges awaits the first class scout. More than 135 merit badges guide the scout to explore careers, hobbies, and community interest topics. The scout needs a total of 6 merit badges to conquer the Star Summit. Good catch. Probably a lot sooner than they thought possible. The Scout is now standing on the Star Ridge. Through leadership, service, and achievement, the Scout climbs the first of these 3 great peaks along the Eagle Trail. The trail to the next summit, Life Scout, takes dedication. There is leadership to demonstrate, service to others, and plenty of fun in mastering 5 additional merit badges while helping fellow scouts. All of this takes place while attending high school, participating in other activities like sports and band, and possibly holding a part-time job. The higher the scout climbs, the fewer travelers they meet along the trail. Yet there are no impossible barriers along the way. A Life Scout's goal can be achieved, but it takes real commitment. While the Life Scout rank is a coveted one and deserving to all who obtain it, the Eagle Trail does not end there. It leads on toward a high summit. Step by step, the trail becomes more trying. Many challenges must be conquered in these last steps before the highest summit along the Eagle Trail can be completed. Additional merit badges must be earned. Some of them are very extensive, and leadership and service to others are not forgotten. Only with the greatest persistence and courage can the scout gain the thrill of victory that comes while looking back down the trail from the very top of the Eagle Summit.
Now ask Emily Frederick and Raymond Rose, committee members of Troop 146, to explain the Eagle rank criteria and Eagle Scouts' responsibilities.
The awarding of the Eagle Badge is an important and serious occasion, a goal for which a Scout works for many years. It is an occasion for pride and joy, and a time for serious contemplation. It is the culmination of the efforts of the various leaders of this troop, the Scouts family, and the greater community. The Eagle Award is the highest and most coveted rank in Scouting, the last major step in the advancement program. Less than 3 million Scouts have reached Eagle in over 100 years, 20,000 a year roughly. Only 4 in 100 that join Scouts make Eagle. That's less than 1% of the population. The title of Eagle Scout is held for life, thus giving rise to the phrase, once an Eagle, always an Eagle. To become an Eagle Scout, a Scout must earn a minimum of 21 merit badges, including 14 of which are required. The Scout must serve actively in the troop leadership position for a period of 6 months after becoming Life Scout. While a Life Scout, they must plan, develop, and carry out a service project helpful to a religious institution, school, or community in a manner worthy of an Eagle Scout. The Scout must demonstrate through the testimony of character references and actions that they live the principles of the Scout Oath and Law in their daily life. Finally, they must appear before a board of review. Matthew has been a Scout for 8 years. He has earned a total of 47 merit badges and has served as quartermaster, bugler, troop scribe, chaplain's aide, librarian, den chief, assistant senior patrol leader, Order of the Arrow troop representative, and senior patrol leader. Matthew's Eagle project involved removing old playground equipment, leveling ground, and constructing a Gaga pit at First Presbyterian Church. After a thorough review of his qualifications, it is my pleasure to report that Matthew has completed all of the requirements for Eagle Scout and is entitled to receive the Eagle Scout Award.
The foremost responsibility of an Eagle Scout is to live with honor. To an Eagle Scout, honor is the foundation of all character. They know that a Scout is trustworthy is the very first point of the Scout Law for a good reason. An Eagle Scout lives honorably, not only because honor is important to them, but because of the vital significance of the example that is set for other Scouts. Living honorably reflects credit on their home, church, troop, and community. While the white of the Eagle badge, may the white of the Eagle badge remind you to always live with honor. The second obligation of an Eagle Scout is loyalty. A Scout is true to their family, Scout leaders, friends, school, and nation. The loyalty to their troop and fellow Scouts makes them pitch in and carry their share of the load. All of these help to build the loyalty, which means devotion to community, country, one's own ideals, and to God. Let the blue of the Eagle Badge always inspire your loyalty. The third obligation of the Eagle Scout is to be courageous. To a Scout, bravery means not only courage to face physical danger, but the determination to stand up for what is right, trusting God and faith in others. The Scout looks forward to each day, seeking their share of the world's work to do. Let the red of the Eagle Badge remind you always of courage. The fourth obligation of the Eagle Scout is to be cheerful. To remind the Eagle Scout to always wear a smile, the red, white, and blue ribbon is attached to the scroll of the Second Class Scout Award, which has its ends turned up in a smile. The final responsibility of an Eagle Scout is service. The Eagle Scout extends a helping hand to those who toil up Scouting's trail, just as others help them climb the trail to Eagle. The performance of the daily good turn takes on a new meaning when they enter a more adult life of continuing service to others. The Eagle stands as protector of the weak and the helpless. They uphold the rights of others while defending their own. An Eagle Scout will always be prepared to put forth their own best. Matthew, you deserve much credit for having achieved Scouting's highest award, but wear your award with humility, ever mindful that the Eagle Scout is looked up to as an example. May the Scout Oath and Scout Law be your guide for tomorrow and onward.
I would now like to ask George Whitmire, Program Chair of the Cradle of Liberty Council, to recite the Eagle Scout Oath.
Will all Eagle Scouts present please stand up and join us in the reading of the Eagle Scout Oath? Matthew, please stand. Eagle Scouts, please give the Scout sign and repeat the Eagle Scout Oath after me. I reaffirm my allegiance to the three promises of the Scout Oath. I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself the obligations and responsibilities of an Eagle Scout. On my honor, I will do my best to make my training an example, status and influence count strongly for better scouting and better citizenship in my troop, my community, and my contacts with other people always. To this I pledge my sacred honor. Thank you. Eagle Scouts, you may be seated. Will the Eagle Escort please bring Ray and Kathleen Yankowski to Matthew's side?
Matthew Yankowski, you have made Troop 146 very proud. May the qualities that inspired you to this achievement continue to lead you on an even greater success in your life.
Kathleen, please pin this Eagle Badge on your son's chest so the world may know that he is an Eagle Scout.
Matthew, Matthew, place this pin over your mother's heart in recognition of her love, encouragement, faith, and trust in your future. Raymond, place this medal on your son's uniform to tell the world you continue to support him. In addition to earning Eagle Scout, Matthew has also earned 5 Eagle Palms. Each palm is attained by continuing his leadership to the troop and completing 5 additional merit badges beyond those that are required by Eagle. Matthew, pin this badge over your father's heart in recognition of fatherly advice and guidance along the trail to Eagle. Will the audience please rise and give Eagle Scout Matthew Philip Yankowski a round of applause. Scoutmaster Turtle will now present the Eagle Scout Charge.
I have the honor to give to you the Eagle Scout Charge on the occasion of your elevation to the highest rank in scouting. The Scouts of all nations constitute one of the most wholesome and significant movements in the world's history, and you have been counted worthy of its highest rank in the Scouting America. All who know the rejoice in your achievement. Your position, as you well know, is one of honor and responsibility. You are a marked man. As an Eagle Scout, you have assumed a solemn obligation to do your duty to God, country, and fellow Scouts and mankind in general. This is a great undertaking. As you live up to your obligations, you bring honor to yourself and your fellow Scouts. Your responsibility goes beyond your fellow Scouts and your country and your God. America has many good things to give you and your children after you, but these things depend for the most part on the quality of its citizens. Our country has a great past. You are here to make the future greater. I charge you to undertake your citizenship with a solemn dedication. Be a leader, but lead only toward the best. Lift up every task you do and every office you hold to the high level of service to God and your fellow man. Live and serve so that those who know you will be inspired by the finest living. We have too many who use their strength and brains to exploit others and gain selfish ends. I charge you to be among those who dedicate their skills and ability to the common good. Build America on a solid foundation of clean living, honest work, unselfish citizenship, and reverence for God. Whatever others may say or do, you leave behind a record of which every Scout may be justly proud. On behalf of the Court of Honor of Troop 146, Cradle of Liberty Council, Scouting America, we hope that you always represent the finest of character, citizenship, and leadership. We welcome you into the community of Eagle Scouts and congratulate you, your parents, and Scout leaders. At this time, it is my pleasure to invite our newest Eagle Scout, Matthew Philip Yankowski, to the podium to speak.
Okay. Well, of course, in good Yankowski fashion, I procrastinated, but I also wanted to keep this kind of short so we can keep going. Over the past 8 years, my Trail to Eagle has been one of many activities and events. I knew all along I wanted to be an Eagle Scout and I would get there someday. But of course, there were other sidetracks. Whether it be working on camp staff during the summer, spending all the fall at marching band, and then only coming back in the spring for jazz band, and repeating all this again for multiple years, you could say I was busy. Along with that, there are limitless scouting events I was dragged along to. Plenty of senior patrol leader meetings, endless band drama, and all the family craziness. And most importantly, I would do it all again. I've had so much fun both in and out of scouting over the years. All of these things that I've done have made me into who I am today. Even though I really hated being in a non-air-conditioned tent with plenty of bugs or running back and forth across the football field constantly, I am proud of the accomplishments these things have led me towards. I would like to end this part by saying thank you to everyone in this room because you all have been a part of me achieving this vision of Eagle Scout. Now for the mentor pins. Over the past 8 years, there have been countless guides and mentors that have helped me lead me to where I am today. You all have had a major impact on my life, and of all the people that have aided me, there are 2 people that have been there with the majority of the journey for me, and I'd like to recognize them today. To start, I would like to welcome up Scoutmaster Turtle. Turtle, in my time as senior patrol leader of this troop, you've always been there to back me up every step of the way. Whether we were getting rained out at a camping trip or running around the church for a troop meeting, you have been a great advisor and have given all of us the tools to make this a youth-led scout troop. One of the funny things I remember while writing this today, before I ran over here, was second time we were at Fort Washington State Park for the pilgrimage and encampment. I remember in the afternoon you were just relaxing under the dining fly, watching your frisbee or disc golf, while the scouts and I were making dinner. Even in the midst of all the chaos and muddy mess of the campsite every single year on this camping trip, you were still doing your thing and letting us do our thing with making dinner and working together as a group. I eagerly look forward to watching this group grow even further under your guidance and wisdom. Thank you. Okay, the second mentor pin I would like to give to is to Mr. Rose. Can you come over here? Mr. Rose, as I was thinking this also, I was thinking of all the countless car shows our scout troop has been to. They're always so much fun. But whatever we were doing, you were always out there promoting and selling whatever product we had, whether it be water, pretzels, or meat sticks, all that kind of stuff. I really admire your confidence to get out there without fear and just show to the rest of the world and to Pottstown who we are as a group. I'm so grateful for your willingness to jump in and help whenever we need you. In fact, actually, I was looking back at my Eagle Scout or Eagle Project workbook, and during that time, you've helped me for over 17 and a half hours. I think you were there for every single work day. And I cannot thank you enough for all the work and progress we made during that time. Both you and Turtle have been instrumental in my journey, not only becoming an Eagle Scout, but in developing this troop as a whole. Thank you for being a mentor to me and all the other scouts here. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
At this time, if there is anyone present at this court of honor that would like to say a few words, you are invited to step forward.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jake Walsh, and this year I have the pleasure of being the Assistant Program Director at Resica Falls, the summer camp where Matt works at every summer, impeding his progress to Eagle, based on his wording. Matt, it has been a pleasure to work with you these past 2 summers, where I have come back and got to meet you. I'd like to say, during the Eagle Charge, my favorite aspect of it, and the line delivered to me at my own Eagle ceremony, was the Eagle Scouts' responsibility and loyalty to their others. Sorry, I'm thinking. A scout works to ensure that people are comfortable and safe on a hiking trail, on the rapids, and even at home in the library. And Matt, you for sure have done that, especially since summer camp is many times all 3 of those things. Your skill with fire proves that. Very good job saving us here today. Especially since I know your director the past 2 years wasn't too good at fire. I look forward to not only seeing you work well as our Scoutcraft director this year, but attending camp school with you as well. Congratulations. All of us at Resica Falls are very proud of you.
Okay. I'm Liam. I hope everybody had an enjoyment. I didn't prepare anything, but I just want to give my respects to Matt because he was a great person and a great guide. Me and him went through our things, but he was very good and very welcoming, and I wanted to thank him for all that stuff. He gave me a lot of advice going forward for being SPL of the troop and other things in life, But yeah, I think I'm not the only one thinking this, but I'm very proud of Matt for sticking with it because he went through a little phase. That's okay though. But yeah, I wanted to thank Matt for all that, and I'm proud of him. That's it.
I think it's completely amazing what Matt has done on his journey to Eagle, and it's surprising to say, see how many people in scouting in this room right now that have been touched, in every possible way by his helpfulness as a scout. And I think it's amazing how many people he's brought together just to, celebrate this moment. And I've been with him for most of his scouting journey. I'm sure you remember Pac 99, but it's always been interesting, and I'm happy, and I'm glad that you finally reached this point, and hopefully one day I can too. Hopefully you'll be there for me as well. But I think he, again, one more round of applause for him, because come on, it's an amazing moment.
place. My name is Reese Wallace. I've known Matt and the Yankowskis and the Nymans for a long time. Me and Colin are roommates. We were tent mates together, so you're basically a cousin, so it's nice, and Ray's like an uncle, and Mrs. Nyman's always been like an auntie to me. So it's very nice to see a Pottstown Scout, and that's what I want to emphasize. It's Pottstown Scouting. We used to be our own district, like just Pottstown, because there's so many scouts. Well, it's kind of contracted a little bit, but every single one of you is still a part of that, and we're reigniting the flames. And we can show people that we can produce scouts like Matt, who, and I'm going to speak your praises now. You got a good head on your shoulders. You're always helpful. You're welcoming the people. You're friendly. You're courteous. You're kind. You're all the stuff you're supposed to be as a scout. So we get to show people what scouting does. And it's more crucial than ever that we show people what scouting can do for our young people and for our communities and for our world. Scouting, I believe, brings people from all faiths and backgrounds together under a common cause, brings us all together as Americans, and all that good jazz. So, congrats again, Matt. And I want to also congratulate all of you, because all of you were part of producing this Eagle Scout for Pottstown and for our community at large. So I want to applaud all of you.
Well, I wasn't going to let you get away without one story. I mean, there are so many stories of a time we've spent in scouting, but I think fire is the big one here right now. Matthew's first year going to scout camp, I had to run around and find the burn cream gel because he was so afraid of burning his fingers lighting a campfire that was one of his biggest concerns, to have that in the first aid kit. I think maybe the first time he tried to light a fire, he might have burned his fingers. So that was a good reason to do so. But now look at him, putting out fires with his bare hands and serving as the scout craft director at camp, where he's teaching everyone else how to build a fire. So I'm proud of your accomplishment, Matthew, and again, all the how you've grown up and been able to participate in the community at school with band as a leader, and here in the troop, and also looked up to by your other staff members at the scout camp and amongst the council. So congratulations again, Matthew.
The Yankowski family and Troop 146 would like to invite you to the reception in Fellowship Hall immediately following the ceremony. Be sure to look at the pictures and memories on the table and bring your appetite. At this time, I would like to ask Mr. Bob Hartman to come forward and lead us in the closing prayer.
I didn't come up before, but I figured I just wanted to mention, as far as it's really wonderful having a troop back in our facility. My father was scoutmaster for years here, and then the troop disbanded. And it's so wonderful, and I know he'd be so happy if he was still with us to see this. And we had Eagle Scouts years ago, and it's so nice seeing the Eagle Scout actually at Pottstown here again. And hearing all the wonderful things Matthew has done. When you go downstairs, you'll be able to see out, and actually you can go out into the churchyard and see the work he did that had on about the Gaga pit, and for our Hens Nursery School, that they used that. And there was, as he was doing the work with the other boys, I mean, some of the things they tore down we didn't realize how bad they were. So on behalf of the congregation, I just want to thank you again for all the hard work that you did. Today we've heard about Matthew's hard work in achieving his Eagle Scout and what it means to achieve this type of award. Let us all go forward from this place and follow his example in our daily lives.
Please stand for the retiring of the colors. Color Guard, please retire the colors. And Eagle Escorts, please come forward and lead our Troop 146 newest Eagle Scout, Matthew Philip Yankowski. I now declare this Eagle Scout Court of Honor adjourned.